Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? We back for another episode of Think Pieces and Conversations. We have been on the politics highway for quite a while. We've been on the current events highway for quite a while. I must say it has been fun. Okay, but the news that I have been reporting on, I can't say that the news I've been reporting on has been fun for the people that are victims of whatever's going on currently, because some people have been running out of money. You ask me, what you mean they have been running out of money? What do you mean by that? Well, with this video that I'm about to play, there has been outages in Bank of America. There has been people reporting to have zero balance in their account. Zero, an account balance of zero. Let's see what this TikToker talks about. Let's see how he describes it.
Yo, let's go. Everything is going to zero. Apparently today, Bank of America customers reported major outages and seeing their balance on their account as $0. This image right here was shared over on X, and at the height of all of this, it was reported that over 17,000 people are affected by this. Can you imagine just being one of those 17,000 people that are affected by this issue, and you're trying to use your credit card or you're trying to use your debit card and nothing is working because everything is showing zero? What's concerning about
It's funny, right, that I'm seeing this right now, because a couple years ago, not even a couple years ago, last year, I was trying to get a business account through Bank of America. I had some money, I had a couple racks, and I was like, you know what, let me start a business account so I could funnel things better. I could keep track of my money better through the business. When I'm doing taxes, I could just plug and play when it's tax time. And they was doing some type of bundle or offer or some type of package that they was giving out that seemed very interesting. And I was like, you know what? Let me get this business account because I get the benefits of that package. So I called the person at Bank of America. It was a dude, and I was like, you know what, man? I'm gonna call you back. Don't worry, man. I'm gonna call you back in a couple days. And then as I was thinking, I'm like, yo, my gut is telling me not to put these racks in this account. My gut is telling me not to put these racks in here. Something is telling me don't do it. If you do it, you're gonna regret it. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. So day after day, this number kept calling me. The same number, the same guy kept calling me for weeks, leaving me messages for weeks. I'm like, I'm looking at my phone like, this is kind of desperate. This feels desperate. Now I'm definitely not doing it. And lo and behold, we have Exhibit A.
all of this is that it comes one day after the Federal Reserve set precedent for Basel III implementation for all large banks here in the US. Those that are not aware of what Basel III is, it is the rules and regulations that were put forth by the Bank of International Settlements and all these organizations all across the world that banks have to and are required to meet because of everything that happened back in 2008. One of those requirements is to have enough capital to meet the minimum requirements needed to be able to conduct business as a bank. See, there's something called fractional reserve lending. This is where we, the people, if we deposit money into a bank, that bank doesn't really have to hold our liquidity, our money, right? They can just lend it out to all of these different resources. That's how banks make money, right? They make it through interest whenever they loan things out or through fees, which is a good concept. But this is where the problem lies at. See, back during the pandemic, right, they actually removed the minimum requirements needed at the time that banks were supposed to hold on to. Because let's just say if I, you, me, everybody wanted to go to our bank so we can withdraw our funds, so we can use it because it's our money, right? We can use it. So theoretically, you would want to have, liquidity on hand just in case, again, if we, the people, want our money. But because they removed the capital requirements back during the pandemic, banks are not required to hold any capital. Until now. Every single bank that looks to do business as a bank, they have to meet these minimum requirements of liquidity that they need on hand. This is where we have Basel III. And the banks that don't meet these requirements, well, they simply get liquidated and they consolidate. This is what we saw happen a couple years ago with SVB Bank. Now, it remains to be seen how Bank of America is going to pull this off, but let me know in the comments.
Wait. So if a bank doesn't have enough capital within their establishment or bank, they automatically get liquidated? That's crazy. I'm learning something new today. So basically what you're trying to tell me is for the 17,000 people that got their accounts wiped, on that day Bank of America did not have enough capital. So Bank of America, 17,000 people, you tally up all those funds, that probably equals to the capital that the bank needed in order to stop full liquidity from happening. Because if that happens, then the bank will just fall out. It's like, you guys don't have enough capital, that's it. It's over. So this crisis that we're in, that the Biden-Harris administration put us through with this inflation, I'm gonna keep saying it. We starting to see the trickle down effect. We starting to see the dominoes fall. You know what I'm saying? We starting to see things happen that are weird, that are out of the ordinary, that are alarming. These are omens. Okay? So I need y'all to be very careful with who y'all banking with. If you got a community bank that's well known, go there. If you got a Chase bank, because Chase is the biggest bank, go there. But these other banks that are dealing with these issues, such as Bank of America, I've been watching the game tapes on Bank of America. I've been watching things. I've been watching how the stocks been moving. I've been watching the news. Things ain't been too good for y'all. So be careful where you put your money. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is everybody's favorite president that have no idea about politics. Everybody that has no idea about politics, this is their favorite president. Let's put the flames in the back for this chick. Let's light the flames. Let's light the bonfire, yo. She got to get purified because we just had Hurricane Helene sweep through North Carolina and Augusta. And you know, they sent Ukraine over 60 billion. You know what I mean? They sent Ukraine over 60 billion. Huh? They sent Taiwan over $500 million. Maybe more. I don't know. I don't know the exact numbers. Let me see what this guy says. Okay, so Israel, 8.7 billion in military aid. Military aid for Ukraine, 8 billion. That's in 1 week. 567 million in military support for Taiwan. Let's hear how much money Kamala Harris is going to send the victims of Hurricane Helene. Let's see.
Assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met.
Hold up. Hold up. We got to go back. We have to go back. We have to go back. Because I think she said 750 million, right? I know she said 750 million. She ain't said $750. She ain't say that. She ain't say that. Nah.
And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met.
This president is a fucking joke. This lady is a joke. $750. $750 ain't even, it's barely half my rent. Actually, it's half my rent. Less than half. These guys, these people that have got the worst part of Hurricane Helene lost entire homes and businesses that are worth hundreds of thousands in damages for each home. Hundreds of thousands. 300, 400, 500, who knows? Businesses, who knows what type of money these businesses have been accruing and netting and grossing every year before this hurricane. That could be in the millions each. Who knows? You sent Ukraine 8 billion in 1 week, in the past week. You sent Israel 8.7 in the past week. You sent Taiwan 567 million in the past week. But you could not send the American people that live in your neck of the woods, on the same land that you stand on the same continent. You send them $750 a head. And y'all idiots keep voting for this. Y'all voting for this. She's already in office. She's already acting presidential. This is a preview of her presidency. Matter of fact, let me show you something else. This is another preview of her presidency too. This is a whole nother preview. Look at this. She was at the FEMA press conference. She was at a FEMA press conference. People asking her questions in the back. I want you to see how presidential she is when she's being asked questions. Everybody's there just for a photo op. They looking stupid, having their hands folded.
Thanks so much.
This way.
Heading out this way.
Folks, this way.
Is this presidential to you? Nah, I really want to know, is this presidential to you? To all the idiots in the back, I'm going to call y'all idiots, plain and simple. To all the idiots that want to vote for this lady just because she's a woman and black, Is this presidential to you? These reporters were asking her questions. Miss President, she looking down at the paper. She acting like she don't see him. She doing this. Everywhere I see Donald Trump, yo, you got a question? What's your question? Oh, you got a question? What's your question? Oh, you got a question? What's your question? That's presidential. You are of the people. You are supposed to be you're supposed to be of service of the people. The government is supposed to serve the people, and the people are actually the rulers of the government. That's how the Constitution was. FEMA is supposed to be the biggest organization, if not one of the biggest, to handle these type of disasters. People lost their homes, dog, and you only got $750. People lost their home, dog, and you can't answer questions from reporters. So it's America last, I guess, right? It's America last. You could tell us it's America last. I'm not one of the idiots that you hope would bank on, yo, they're ignorant, so they're gonna vote for me. I'm not one of them guys. I'm not one of the idiots. And there's a lot of people like me out there. There's gonna be a red wave that you have never seen before. Since Ronald Reagan. There's gonna be a wave so crazy, you're gonna be forgotten as a president. Kamala Harris, you're gonna be forgotten. Because how bad this country is gonna show you how much we don't like you, you're gonna be shocked. You're not gonna want to work for Senate no more. You're gonna make a podcast or something. You're gonna get out the way. You're probably gonna move out of America. You're gonna be an embarrassment. Everybody's gonna forget you. This is how you treat your people? All right. Cool. This is what presidents do. Let me show you. This is what presidents do. By the way, Donald Trump gave $25 million of his own money to help Hurricane Helene victims. $25 million of his own money. The day after the hurricane left, he was down there presidential. Let's see what else he did as a president.
Donald Trump just authorized a GoFundMe account for the Americans that have been devastated by Hurricane Helene, setting the goal of $1 million. And within 45 minutes, it reached $900,000 with some huge contributions coming in from some big names. Dana White contributed $100,000. Dan Newland contributed $100,000. Bass Pro Shops contributed $100,000. Kid Rock donated $20,000. And former U.S. Senator of Georgia, Kelly Loeffler, made a massive donation of $500,000. There are still hundreds of thousands of people without power. There are hundreds of people still missing. And rescuers are having an incredibly difficult time making rescues because roads are completely demolished. Independent journalists on the ground are saying that the damages are worse than Hurricane Katrina and that there is little to no federal aid. Also, the mainstream media has been completely silent. I'm happy that Donald Trump was able to get some much needed funding to the people that have been devastated by Hurricane Helene. As always, I want to hear what you think about all of this down below.
This is presidential. You understand? This is presidential. This is what I'm talking about. I'm hearing now that the GoFundMe is at around 3 million. Oh, he didn't just give 25 million to the victims of Hurricane Helene. He also gave out supplies food, water. He called Elon Musk. He said, yo, what can you do to help? Bet. They don't have no service? Oh, they don't have service. We're gonna give them Starlink. He's already the acting president. Listen, I think you see how the pandemic was a test for what can they do? What can they make you do? What can they make you put in your body? What can they make you do? This test is how dumb are you? How stupid are you? How well has the propaganda worked for all these years? How well has the propaganda worked? Do you still trust the media? Do you still trust the mainstream news? Are you still listening to mommy and daddy that's been Democrats for who knows, God knows how long, been getting the same result? If you keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, then you are completely insane. I'm out of here.